"Whoa, it smells like farts in here." This was the comment I used to get at work when I was drinking my fermented cabbage juice. Now this stuff was absolutely lethal. Used to just get some cabbage, ferment it in water and salt for 3 days, and it stank. All it kept on doing for me was giving me more blood, more urgency, and it was just giving me the embarrassment of everyone in the office coming up to me and going, "Whoa, what's in your drink? It stinks." So this was about, well, a few years ago now. I got this course. It was a course to basically heal UC, and I was going through it, and there was all sorts of different things about nutrition, about infections, about herbal remedies, about coffee enemas. So obviously I started doing the protocol, and one of them was to make this fermented cabbage juice. I didn't have it any more times after the first batch I made. I made it in this massive 5-litre tub, chopped up this cabbage, stuck it in there, let it ferment. As soon as you open it up and you thought, "Oh, that proper stinks." So I've took it to work. The first day I was sat there chugging away at it, trying not to vomit because it was that disgusting, and every single last person in the office were commenting how much it stunk and how much it put them off their food and how much it would put them off their work and everything like that. And then within the space of me, 20 minutes, half an hour later, I was rushing to the toilet because it was giving me massive cramps, making me want to go to the toilet, made me bleed more, made me feel like utter garbage. So after I drunk that for a few days, I thought, this is not for me. So then I threw the rest of it away. I thought, I'm not drinking that because it's a load of shit. In the end, after 6 months of trying this protocol, I was no closer to actually healing my UC. All that I had was a little bit of knowledge towards maybe like certain nutrition things that kind of would maybe help a little bit. So I ended up just thinking, you know what? It was no good. I'm going to keep trying to find something else. And obviously fast forward to today, I have now been in clinical remission for 22 months. Using my protocol, which is in the top link in the description. It basically gets you in remission as fast as you can using all the things that helped me. Now, obviously, how did this make me feel after I did this course? So I felt down. I felt like the healthcare system had fucked me up. Like they have literally tried to give me medication for years and it didn't work. Then I tried to do a holistic approach and I felt even worse because now I'm like, well, I'm doing what I wanted to do, which was to do things naturally. But yet that wasn't even helping me. So I thought, for fuck's sake, man, why is this happening? Why can't I actually heal? Because I've tried all these different things, but yet I don't seem to be getting any closer to the results that I want. Was I actually destined to just be ill for the rest of my life? Or was I destined to, keep having flare up after flare up after flare up and then end up having my large colon removed and having a bag that was fitted? I felt hopeless. The emotions that go through when you have tried so hard to try to get in remission or tried so hard to heal and do things that you want to do and then get not the result that you want, puts you off of ever really trying and just wanting to give up. So at the time I felt so sorry for myself after this course didn't work. So then I kind of ate shit then for a few weeks. So I thought, well, that's not working, all these nutritious foods and stuff. Peeling the skins off of bloody veg really slowly, boiling them and then making them really sure they're really soft. Making sure that I'm drinking cabbage juice, making sure I'm doing the disinfectants where I'm taking oregano oil, basically a couple of drops of that each day to do this infection thing. I was doing everything I'm supposed to be doing and it didn't work. So I just literally binged ate shit for the next few days. Well, I thought, well, that's not working. I'm still flaring. So let's just eat this now. But we obviously know that is not going to help. That is just going to obviously make the inflammation worse and make you feel like shit. And which it did. So then obviously over the course of the years, I tried figuring out what foods were going to be the best for me. And meat is hands down the best thing you can do. Just go on an all meat diet. And why is that? Because it removes all of the irritants, plants, fiber, processed crap, sugars. It is also a complete protein, so that helps repair cells, that helps with everything that's going on in your body because you're causing obviously inflammation, which is wanting your body to produce more cells to repair. Then it has more zinc in it, so that means that helps with obviously immune function, the tight junction inside your intestines, so it basically it's like a net that's inside, and as soon as that starts loosening up, it lets things into your body. So if you can get tight junctions by obviously giving as much protein as you can to obviously repair the damage that's going on every time you have a flare. Then there's obviously hemo iron. So if you're eating meat, when you're losing shitloads of blood, like I'm on about shitloads, I used to lose loads of blood. You'd be able to fill a cup every single time of the amount of blood that I did. And me, because at the time I was eating loads of red meat, I kind of realised that most of the time when doctors took my bloods, they realised I weren't anemic, which I could put down to obviously eating shitloads of red meat. Then when you've got meat as well, it gives you creatine and kerosene, which basically supports ATP. ATP is energy. If you don't have energy, you feel like utter garbage. And what you want to make sure is when you're having a flare is you're getting loads and loads of energy. And you get that from your meat. If you're getting it from carbs and stuff like that, it's just false energy. It gives you a little bit of a boost, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to be doing. It gives you like a crash of insulin every time you eat. Whereas if you're having meat, it gives you all the energy that you need, so then you can fight off this inflammation. You can give it exactly what it needs. Then obviously you've got your gut microbiome. If you're only eating meat, it makes sure that your gut microbiome is in a good place. If you're feeding it sugars and processed carbs and stuff like that, all things like that will help feed the gut bacteria. But if you've got one species that is basically dominant over all the others, it doesn't matter even if it's a good one, it means that it's not going to be working properly. So you need to get your guts in a great environment. Now the next food that heals is gelatin. Now gelatin is amazing. Gelatin is fantastic for healing because it's got glycine in it, and that helps reduce inflammation. So when I have a flare up or anything like that, I get some gelatin powder, make that up and drink that every day, because I know that is going to help with basically reducing the inflammation. It also helps repair the mucosal layer. The mucosal layer is the lining that's inside of your bowels, which then basically if that's gone and that's basically disappeared, then your lining is open to all of the bacteria and letting things through, and then that's when you start getting inflammation and things start going through, which is called leaky gut. Now gelatin also has loads of collagen in it, which help repair gut lining. It also supports liver detox. So obviously when you have created a better environment from the meat, all these things are going to be dying off and causing endotoxins in your system. It helps with obviously your liver then breaking down all these things and then flushing it out. So drinking like gelatin is a fantastic way to help with actually your UC, or if you're inflamed, or generally just if you want to drink it every day. The next food for healing is meat broth. Now meat broth is not the same as bone broth. Bone broth is where you get loads of bones, you put them into a slow cooker or something like that, and you cook them for like 24 hours, 36 hours, really long and slow. Now that there is fantastic, it's got loads of nutrients in it, but when you're in a flare, it is not good to drink because there's too much nutrients in it and it will irritate your bowels. Whereas if you've got meat broth where you put loads of meat in a pan, you slow cook your meat, and then obviously you eat the meat, and then you'll end up with like maybe a cup full of liquid afterwards. You drink that, that is fantastic because it's got loads of nutrients in it. So now these are bioavailable nutrients, which basically means that they're easily broken down and easily used. Whereas when you're using supplements or you're using like other things like fruits and stuff like that with these vitamins in, they're harder for your body to actually extract all the nutrients and vitamins from. Whereas if you use the meat broths, it is a fantastic bioavailable thing to use because your body can digest it super good. Like magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium, all these things will be in your meat broth, which will be easy to get. Now it is also packed with gelatin as well, which I've also previously said. It is amazing because you've obviously got all the meat broken down in it, and then that'll help with sealing your gut and everything else, and you're repairing your mucosal layer. You've also got collagen in it, proline, glutamine. Now all these are great, and all these will help seal up your bowels and basically give you that robust bowels that you actually want, so you can then have no flares, no blood. And as I said previously, meat broths are very easy to digest, so that is a great way to get in extra calories, because obviously when you boil it, you end up with maybe a little bit of fat on the top. You can easily just drink that and you get extra calories. The next healing food is ghee and butter. Now why are these good? Because they're high in butyrate. Butyrate is great for energy. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps immune modulation, which basically means your immune system inside your bowels. It helps with regulating how your immune system works, because if you haven't got enough butyrate, you could end up becoming more ill properly, or your immune system starts trying to fight things that aren't actually a threat. So that's a great way to have butyrate in your diet. Now you can take butyrate supplements, but why take the supplements when you can have whole foods like ghee, butter? Then you can also get it in some sort of dairies, which is like also good. Then obviously there's got fat soluble vitamins in it like A, D, K2, E. All these are amazing to help you heal. Now, vitamin D is great for obviously repair. Vitamin A is great for repair. Then you've got vitamin K2, which helps you absorb all these nutrients. So having ghee and butter in your diet is essential for helping you heal your UC. The next healing food is liver. Now, why is liver a great thing to heal? Well, it's got retinol, which is vitamin A, which is basically regenerating your gut lining. Now, I have done a video on like liver and how you shouldn't add it in too early. That'll be even in the cards or in the description below. But it's also got B12 in it, which helps with cell renewal. So if you're taking vitamin B12 supplements, you generally aren't getting like the bioavailability that you can if you was eating liver. This helps obviously when you are in a flare, all your cells break down, you start losing loads of blood, so your body's like, right, we need to create more cells. So obviously that's going to help with that. It's got loads of copper in it and zinc in it. These help with your immune balance and inflammation regulation. Obviously having too much liver, it's not good for you because there's too much copper, so that's why you've got to be wary. Maybe once every week, once every couple of weeks, have just like a small piece of it, just to help you give you that immune boosting thing that you need. It's also got choline in it, also folate. Now liver is one of the best things to get folate. People trying to say, oh yeah, eat your spinach, it's got more folate in it. Do you know how actually hard it is to get folate from spinach? It is fucking hard. Your body does not want to break it down. You can't get that folate out of the bloody stupid spinach. You've got to get it from things that are bioavailable, which is in liver. If you eat it from that, you will be able to absorb pretty much everything that's in it. Now, if you want help with obviously what foods to pick and how to organize it so you can get in remission as fast as possible, I do have a protocol. It's the top link in the description. It goes into all the details that you could possibly think of, and it's just an amazing protocol that I wish I had when I first got diagnosed 12 years ago, and it would have saved many, many flare-ups. Now, I'm telling you, most advice that you get will make your symptoms worse. I followed stupid diets, stupid like protocols that just did not work. So it's now time to start thinking outside the box and start making sure that you are using the right tools to get in remission. Let me know in the comments below what wacky shit you've tried. And if you like this video, then subscribe and like.